this is what's gonna happen if you stop watching porn. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what might happen to you when you decide to quit porn, both psychologically, physically, and spiritually. So the first thing, psychologically, that's gonna happen is that you're gonna start to view women a lot differently. So I watched porn for many years since I was a little kid, as soon as the internet came out. And I quit almost 6 years ago now. The process of quitting was quite difficult and it took some time to really see these effects. So I do want to give some accurate expectations of what to expect so that you're not like, oh, it's been 3 days. Why am I not experiencing all this? No, it takes time. So what happened is I started to view women differently and people differently too. I stopped viewing them as sexual objects and I started to see their human essence, that they weren't just a sex object, right? And this was really powerful and was actually quite difficult, I will be honest, because it wasn't like I started to see their spiritual essence and then I was able to connect with them on a human level. No, because my brain was still so programmed, it was very difficult for me to connect with them. But I started to see that, okay, these are actually human beings now. So that gave me some hope and made me stay off the porn because I'm like, oh, like there's an actual opportunity now to connect with women on a deeper level versus what I thought relationships were, which was just sex. And that was probably why I didn't get relationships, because I only viewed it from that vantage point. I also found a greater sexual desire towards them. It was more natural. It wasn't like with porn, I was so numbed out because I just, jerked off to the internet. And when I saw a real girl in person, I didn't get that natural attraction because I just used it all up in a Kleenex and threw it away. So I actually started to become really attracted to women again. I was like, wow, like that girl is beautiful. Like I would love to date them and obviously sleep with them too. Like I'm not gonna pretend like that went away. So I had some work to do on how I was going to achieve that and how to start dating, etc. What it did though is it gave me the opportunity to start thinking about it on like a real level. Like it wasn't just a dream anymore. I don't know about you guys, but how many times have you watched porn and then just felt that emptiness inside? Like, oh, this will never be my life. I will never have this. It'll just be me and my Kleenex for the rest of my life. That depression hits. And that's something that started to go away too, because I wasn't getting, the gigantic spike of dopamine and oxytocin, and then the crash, which was feeling depressed and anxious and worried and all that stuff. So that cycle went away just by naturally quitting porn. And that was huge for my mental health. I started to feel happier and more in control of my life. Physically, I had more motivation to go out and do things, go work, go accomplish my actual goals in real life, the reality of life, not the internet life. I had more motivation to work out as well, to go start training and working harder, right? Because after I jerked off or watched porn, I had no desire to do anything physical. I was like, the depression hit and was just tired and want to just lay in bed, which is wasted a lot of time doing that. So that does go away when you quit porn, is you get to start experiencing more motivation and the ability to go out and start accomplishing your goals on a deeper level. As you guys know, I do a lot of dating, so I was able to start, I think this took like a few years to start really putting time into going out there and starting to date. But after a few years, I realized, okay, like I was free of porn, but I wasn't like attracting women like they say on the videos. Like I wasn't just a magnet and women would just walk up to me and like no, I think that's like a selling point to, it's like a false hype. Now, was I able to have better communication with women and like be more confident and stuff? Yes. But I still didn't know how to put out, the call that I wanted to date you and like, how do I do that and stuff. So I really started to go on an adventure and a journey with dating. I have a great dating life now and it's beyond what I could have ever imagined. I had the motivation though to start doing that. And because I was able to start connecting with women on a human level now, not the old like fake thing I talked about earlier, like I was able to actually start getting results a lot quicker than I would have thought. I started to have dates regularly and I started to see women for a prolonged period of time, which was really cool. Spiritually, what happened as well was I felt in a weird sense like I was in a higher purpose of living, and not like a higher purpose compared to anyone else. No, it was compared to the way I was living before. I felt like I had purpose, I had meaning, I was connected to what it felt like to be truly human. Because I wasn't just like looking at these videos anymore of girls that were in, probably not pleasant situations, from broken families, whatever it might be, and just going through one after the other, after the other, No, that was out of my life now. So I was starting to feel what it was like to connect on a human level, like I've been saying this whole video. And it did something for me spiritually. It helped with relationships with men as well, because I didn't feel guilty. Like I always felt this guilt after I watched porn. Like, what if that's someone's girlfriend? And then I would see a guy in real life, and like, dude, if they knew what I would do to these random girls, if they knew that I was jerking off to these random girls on the internet, they'd be disgusted by me. And so I felt a lot of shame around men as well. That went away too, because I was like, because again, I was tapped into myself spiritually. It's a beautiful thing. And I'm going to do more videos on this as time goes on. But for now, these are just a few things that really were big changes for me when I quit porn. And they're available for you as well. Obviously, it's going to look a little different, but in essence, that's kind of what might happen and what you can possibly expect when you quit porn. So I am transitioning this channel to a quitting porn channel for the time being to see what happens, because I think a lot of young men struggle with this, the whole no fap movement, etc. So stay tuned for a lot more content on quitting porn and the benefits of it. The next video I'm going to be talking about is going into more deeply how to quit porn, right? So what are some practical, actionable steps you can take? If you guys do need any help, I do have a consult down below. You can book with me to start quitting porn, and we can put a game plan together so you can close the laptop and get out into real life, start living that real life, and be able to have real life sexual experiences. It's a great time, man. It's a great experience. It was well worth it, man. And I don't think I'd be able to have the dating life I do today if I would have continued to watch porn. So it's something really awesome to look forward to. Is in a weird way, you can create your own porn fantasies that you maybe played out in your head. Like, you get to experience that in real life, and it's freaking amazing. So with that, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one, and talk to you soon. Peace.